All right, volleyball fans, you know we love a good rematch.
Yeah, absolutely. The drama, the tension. Who doesn't love a rematch?
So let's rewind a bit back to that Sunnyside Torres game in October, remember?
Hey, yeah, that was a thriller.
Sunnyside barely squeaked out a win, 3-2. It was a nail-biter.
Edge of your seat kind of match.
And now, guess what? These two teams just faced off again, but this time. Oh boy, the tables have turned.
Ooh, I like where this is going. High school volleyball, you always get those surprises. What happened this time?
Let's just say Sunnyside's luck ran out.
Okay, so what changed between those two games?
Well, for starters, Sunnyside walked into this rematch on a 2-game losing streak.
That's never a good sign. Those losing streaks can really mess with a team's momentum.
Tell me about it. Meanwhile, Torres, they were riding high, winning 3 out of their last 4.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's momentum for you right there. Volleyball, it's such a mental game, you know. A few wins, the energy shifts, suddenly they're playing with this confidence, communication's flowing, everything just clicks.
It's like night and day. And boy, did it show on the court. Final score this time around. Torres 3, Sunnyside 0.
Wow, shutout. Sounds like Torres came to play.
They did not let up. Set scores tell the whole story. 25-19, 25-20, and then bam, they closed it out with a 25-16 finish.
Wow, okay, so each set, Torres just widening that gap. Sunnyside couldn't find an answer. What do their records look like now after this game?
Well, this win bumped Torres up to a 10-13 record, so they're definitely on the rise.
They're climbing that ladder. That's good to see. Makes those early season losses a little easier to swallow, right?
Yeah.
Building towards that playoff push.
Exactly, but for Sunnyside, this loss dropped them to 6-16. Ouch.
6-16, that's a tough hold to climb out of, especially this late in the season. But hey, you never know. Stranger things have happened, right?
Stranger things indeed. But speaking of tough, Sunnyside's next game, they're facing Roosevelt. And guess what? Roosevelt is undefeated.
Oh boy, talk about a David and Goliath situation. What about Torres? Who do they have next?
They've got an away game against McLean, and McLean has been tough to beat on their home turf.
It'll be interesting to see if Torres can maintain that momentum on the road. Away games, new court, different crowd. It's a whole different beast.
It's all about making those adjustments, right? Now, can we talk about some of these Torres players? Because, wow, they had some standout performances.
Let's hear it. Who impressed you?
Trinity Anderson, she was unstoppable. 11 kills with a .364 hitting percentage. That's insane.
Okay, for our listeners who maybe aren't as familiar with volleyball, that hitting percentage, that's huge. We're not just talking about how many times she scores a point, but how efficiently she's doing it, minimizing errors, maximizing those kills. Anything over .300 is considered really good. So .364, that's elite level right there.
And it wasn't just Trinity. Taryn Anderson, she was on fire from the service line. 7 aces.
Oh, wow, 7. That's putting the pressure on right from the start. And you know what I love about a strong serve? It disrupts the other team's entire game plan. Suddenly, they're on the defensive, can't get their offense going.
And it wasn't just Taryn either. Sarah Gillen had 6 aces of her own. Torres was serving up a storm.
They found their weapon and they used it. Love to see it.
So right now, they're 3-1 in their league. Good for second place, right behind, you guessed it, Roosevelt.
Speaking of Roosevelt, didn't Torres have that close game against them earlier in the season?
They did. They lost in 5 sets. It was a heartbreaker. So who knows? Maybe we'll see a rematch in the playoffs.
Now that would be must-see volleyball. Two powerhouses going head-to-head. But the big question is, can Torres take that loss, learn from it, and come back even stronger?
I guess we'll find out soon enough. But one thing's for sure. This Torres team, they've got something special going on. This win against Sunnyside, it just proves how much they've grown since that first match.
Growth, resilience, that's what makes high school sports so exciting. You never know what you're going to get.
Speaking of sighting, I've got a question for all you listeners out there. Put on your coaching hats for a second, all right? Imagine you're coaching Sunnyside. You're about to face the undefeated Roosevelt. What's your strategy? How are you going to pull off the upset? Let us know. We want to hear your thoughts. And until next time, keep on diving deep.